point that I hope that we could all agree on and stand on together, which is the sexualization of minors is unequivocally wrong. And unfortunately, that is the story that I need to dive into today. So this centers on something called a Bop House, which is a mansion that is rented by a group of OnlyFans models to produce their content.
I know that our generation is very brain rotted, but the most brain rotted thing out of 2024 has got to be the Bop House. Do I even need to explain what it is? It's a house full of bops, right? They're recruiting sex workers on TikTok. Why are we recruiting on TikTok? Like, that feels so wrong.
Have you been in jail? Baby, talk about it on your live. Ventura County Jail. Yeah, how do you know? How did you know? Of course. I have. And that's not a proud thing to say, but yeah, I have. Like, I pretty much grew up locked up, which is like a bad thing, but I don't know. I'm a hothead. I get mad. So if you don't go like my picture, I'm going to go through this. Actually, I can't say it. I'm going to go through this phone, find you, beat your ass. I'm just kidding. Okay, I'm not kidding about being a hothead, but go like my picture for real.
Piper Raquel has finally responded to if she is joining the Bop House, and what she says has a lot of people angry. So Piper Raquel spent this past weekend hanging out with the Bop House, and she did certain things that people were not expecting her to do, and it is tearing the Bop House apart, because one of the Bop House members, Alina, just made this video because she does not want Piper hanging out with the Bop House, and because of how old Piper is, that she should not be there. But this is where it gets even more crazier. Another girl from the Bop House is calling out Alina, as Alina didn't seem to have a problem when Ash Trevino's kids were with the Bop House, but she seems to have a problem when Piper is there. And people are saying that it is because of the different type of content that Piper is making. But Piper said that she really just wanted to hang out with Sophie Rain because Piper makes it seem like Sophie is her hero. But Sophie made $44 million last year just from her OnlyFans. And people think that Sophie is trying to recruit her. And Sophie even called her a mini-me. It turns out that Piper wasn't even at the Bop House. And a lot of people are saying that their friendship is not weird because there is only a 1-year age gap between them. But this is where it gets even more insaner. When Piper was asked if she was joining the Bop House, obviously the Bop House girl said that she was not allowed to. Piper did like this comment on her own video. Then they posted this. Think that it's okay for Piper to be hanging out with the Bop House?
Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel here. It's me here, Comrade Lavender here, and today I'm back with another anti-capitalism deep dive YouTube video topic. Today I want to do the topic of pure evil, the rise of problematic OnlyFans bop houses, and OnlyFans pimps exploiting women in true crime cases, deep dive, capitalism, OnlyFans exploitation, true crime, etc. Disclaimer, everything in this video is allegedly, by the way, and I'm not going to be doing a full deep dive of the topic of OnlyFans, the website, because I've already made a full-length YouTube video about the website itself and, more. So if you want to check that video out, the YouTube video I made, it's going to be on the screen right now. And I've also, and disclaimer too, I know I've talked about the Britannia Rarazzi case multiple times on my YouTube channel, but new allegations that have come out about her that I didn't add in my main OnlyFans deep dive YouTube video topic, so I'm just going to post the updates here, because when I made the video, they didn't have any updates, but there's been a new recent developments in the case allegedly, so I'm going to be putting that in the video right now. So let's get started in this YouTube video topic. But before we get started, all my YouTube videos that are related to this topic, the other OnlyFans deep dive YouTube video that I made, and other, YouTube video topics that I made about, the porn industry, the OF industry, all that type of stuff. Other industries that are related to this topic right now are going to be on the screen right now that I made. So let's get started in this YouTube video topic.
So I do not normally talk about TikTok drama, but I feel compelled. As an adult, it is your responsibility to watch out for any kids around you. And I'm not talking about like babysitting, I'm talking about it's your responsibility to make sure that children are safe. And can't believe this is controversial, but if you're an adult entertainer or a sex worker, you should not be filming promotional content with minors.
The Bop House. Why is the FBI not looking into this place? I see so many underage kids collaborating with those girls at that barely legal Bop House as it is already. This Bop House, it reminds me of a recruitment center for trafficking, if you know what I mean. I think a lot of these girls are doing very sinister things, and many of them may not even realize half of the crap that they're doing. They only see the money. I have seen girls be like, I've made like $8 million this week or something like that. It's always in the millions that they are making being a part of that place. But why do you want to be a part of that place? And why do you want to be associated with underage children? I don't get this.
How much fucking money are you guys making? And give me a PR answer. You don't have to actually like.
No,
I want to hear more about it.
Personally, I can speak for me.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Sophie, I think is at 3-4 mil a month.
Is she officially in the Bop House? So, no, Piper is not a part of the Bop House. All we did was make TikToks, nothing crazy. We ran into her at the mall, and then she came over to Sophie's, and we just made some videos, and she was super, super sweet. Living together in a gigantic 6-bed, 5-bath mansion property in Miami, 8 conveniently attractive women sunbathe in bikinis, twerk in matching jammies, and dance by the pool in almost sheer bodycon dresses. This is not a new age interioration of the Playboy Mansion. There are no silk robe-clad men in sight. In fact, no men at all. This is the Bop House, a content creator mansion founded by 20-year-old Sophie Rain and 22-year-old Astaya Sophie at the tail end of 2024. What happens when you put 8 OnlyFans girls and content creators in a mansion? You make a lot of money, apparently. You also attract a lot of controversy. Starting in December 2024 by 20-year-old Sophia Rain and 22-year-old Ashi Sophie, the latest content creator house, dubbed the Bop House, has gained a lot of traction on TikTok following of over 1.3 million only a month since its launch. Although it may sound like a lot to the layman, 1.3 million is actually a paltry figure given the Bop House's 8 tenants have a collective social media following of over 33 million. Premised as a sort of digital collective, the Bop House invites 8 young women to live with each other in a lush Florida mansion with loose agreement to support and cross-promote each other's OF content online. It's not an entirely new concept. Content creator houses have existed since the early 2000s, and collectives have been around since, well, the beginning of time. However, the predominant TikTok and Instagram followings of these OnlyFans creators are attracting attention of people concerned that TikToks of them dancing in their PJs have a sinister edge and a dark side. The Bop House is a content creator home, started by those girls. It houses, the same, 8 girls in total, whose primary means is making money via OnlyFans. This type of creator house essentially involves a number of influencers or content creators, and the current tenants of the Bop House include Sophie Rain, Ashaya Sophie, Summer Iris, Camellia Agero, Julia Filippo, Alina Rose, Ava Reyes, Joy May. Sophie Rain is one of the original Bop House members and certainly the most predominant. Rain, 20 years old, made headlines across the world when she allegedly made over $43 million, approximately 69 million Australian dollars, I think, in 1 year on OnlyFans. A bop is a baddie on point, and among Gen Z is used to describe a person who uses their body to make money. It is often also used as a derogatory slur towards women to call them a slut. However, the Bop House girls have reclaimed the term and wear it proudly. A key criticism It is our moral responsibility as humans to contribute to a culture of accountability by not giving people free passes. The bad behavior celebrities and influencers on social media engage in online can vary from understandable human error to unacceptable, highly problematic misdeeds. It is up to you to determine whether or not your conscience can handle continuously engaging with the celebrities or social media influencers' media work. Perhaps scale back on your intensify of your obsession with them and limit your interactions with them. It's fine to appreciate someone's art or music or work, but that doesn't mean you need to turn into a bootlicker. Bootlicking is when an oppressed person or a person such as the working class sucks up to the oppressor, the rich, in hopes of appeasing them. The reason it is referred to as bootlicking is because the oppressor metamorphically has a boot over the face or neck of the oppressed, suffocating them, and the oppressed licks it in an attempt to dissuade the oppressor. I wanted to share some real life examples of pretty privilege when it comes to problematic influencers and situations. When it comes to reality TV stars, Brittanya Verrazzi, who is now a porn star who appeared on the TV network VH1 on the reality TV show Rock a Love Bus with Bret Michaels on January 4th, 2009. She also appeared on other reality TV shows such as Charm School, I Love Money, and Botched. After her time on these reality TV shows, she blew up on social media, especially on Instagram and MySpace. She had over 17 million followers on her old Instagram page called Brittanya187 before Instagram deleted it for violating the terms of service. She also had a YouTube channel that had over 100,000 subscribers before it being taken down and her account being suspended off the platform because she violated community guidelines by linking her OnlyFans to her videos, which is against terms of service, and posting inappropriate YouTube shorts. She was getting all kinds of gigs at the club appearances and jobs from when, after the Rock of Love show aired, she had gigs like almost every day that, like at clubs and stuff. She also got into magazines about her tattoos. She got brands and sponsorships on her Instagram, like waist trainer brands, energy drinks, Instagram model promotions. Other models on the platform wanted to be promoted, Fashion Nova to promote their products, and much more.
My name is Brittanya, and I update my body as much as I update my photos on social media. I feel with each surgery, my social media keeps growing and growing because I get better and better. You might know me from Rock of Love, Charm School, and I Love Money, but you might not recognize me from those shows because I've had a lot of work done since then. I didn't start that way. I think in the beginning I was all family. I was just, I did what worked for me. I have my clothing line. I did that. But then, you gotta go with the trends, like whatever's poppin'. I would post like a little sexy picture, it would kill it, and I was like, oh, this is what people want to see, and it ended up being what it is now, which is just craziness.
Just sort of like keep getting more and more extreme with it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Totally my own bubble, totally, and that was my life, that was my normal. And I went somewhere one time, and someone came up to me, and they were like, hey, you want to do a show? I was like, oh, sounds cool. They're like, free booze, like free this. I was like, okay, cool, I'll do it. And I ended up doing a show, and my life changed drastically.
And the first show was Flavor of Love?
Rock of Love.
Rock of Love.
Yeah.
So were you a Bret Michaels fan, or do you even know anything about him?
I did. Actually, the whole truth is they actually casted me for a different show. It was Real and Chance. It was a different show, and I didn't want to do it.
What was Real and Chance?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And see, I made a good decision. I told you I'm good at making decisions.
And Rock of Love. This was actually kind of strange about it is I remember watching Rock of Love. So I definitely watched an entire season of you on a show
back in the day.
Yeah, it was, and I never used to watch shit like that, but somehow I got into that and Flavor of Love. But I don't actually remember like I'm sure you looked a lot different and stuff. I'm sure maybe if I saw your character like on the show,
yeah,
I would remember.
I mean, it was so 10 years ago. That's a long ass time ago.
Yeah, over 10 years, huh?
Yeah. So I ended up doing that show. Changed my whole life. Changed everything. Yeah.
So what was it like actually being on the show? Were you actually a fan of Bret Michaels?
Oh, yeah, that's what I was saying.
Right.
So I did watch Rock of Love, and I did love the show. So I actually got offered to do a different show before. I didn't know it. I didn't care for it, and I didn't want to do it. I was like, no, I'm not interested. Then they hit me up again, and they're like, okay, what about Rock of Love? I was like, fuck yeah, it's my favorite show because I watched season 1 and 2. I was on the third one.
So how did your life change after that?
Just everything. It was crazy. Like when I did the show, I thought it was going to be just normal. I didn't think anything of it. And when I got off of it, or when it aired, I was like a fan favorite, and I was just shocked.
Right.
I was just totally shocked.
So you start having tons of opportunities from there?
Yeah, I was the most booked person. Back then there was no Instagram, you know, so people paid all day. I was booked like 5 days a week minimum, going state to state, like just doing club appearances after club appearances. So that like brought in, like, I was like, wow, this is a crazy shit going on.
How much were you getting paid at the time to do club?
$1,000 a club.
Okay.
So it'd be like 800 minimum, like if it was in LA or somewhere close, to 1,500, but average 1,000.
Then you were just grinding it out.
I was fucking milking it.
That's light. That's tight. What was there any other ways that you were able to like monetize it at the time?
No. So then I did another show, which then they brought me back, and I did 2 more shows after that.
The same show or just different shows?
No, they spin-offs.
Okay.
So I ended up doing Charm School and then I Love Money. And from that point, I was still just banking off doing that. And then I got in trouble.
What was the trouble?
Then I got locked up for assault with a deadly weapon.
What?
Yeah, and the first charge, actually, they wanted to get me for attempted murder.
What did you do?
So I thought my whole life was over. Like, it was crazy. I thought my whole life was over. Thank God it wasn't. I ended up just doing 6 months for it. It's super important for me to get the right picture and stay relevant because I have all these eyes on me. You feel a ton of pressure. I don't want to let all my followers down. Right now, my career is on the rise. I have 16 million followers on Instagram and growing daily, but I haven't hit the peak. I have to show you. So, you guys, this is put in, remembering. It's like memorial. It means that you cannot access your page. It means that someone made a fake report saying that I had passed away, or just got fixed. But the point is, you guys, I swear to you, I have taken more losses than anybody in Instagram history. I lost so many accounts, starting with my 17.6 million follower page. I lost this account that I'm writing you on, and I'm still getting messed with day in, day out, no matter what I do. Literally, now they're making fake reports that I passed away just so I cannot access my account. I know a lot of you guys don't know how that works. So when they do that, that means that you can no longer get access. Like, I cannot go onto my account to message you guys, to post saying, hey, no, I'm alive, nothing. And so they take all access away. I guess it's like a loophole that these people found to mess with you. So they've been doing it to me. They did it to me over and over again. All I'm saying is I don't know what they're going to do next. Like, literally wrote me off that I passed away. Who in their right mind does that? Who writes a fake obituary saying that you passed away, and then not just putting it on one account, but putting it on 2 accounts? 2. Like, it blows my mind. But these people that have nothing better to do, all they do is sit around and think, how can I get rid of Britannia? And it's never going to end. So with that being said, I don't ever want to lose you. Why I never, okay, I don't like little cars. I don't like Lambos. I don't like Ferraris. I am a Rolls Royce whore. I only drive Rolls Royces. Yeah. So the other one is obviously the OnlyFans. Listen, you guys, I do a ton of shit. Okay, my like hobby. It's not even my hobby. What I got into was real estate. I own like 15 houses, condos, commercial buildings. Like, I own a lot of real estate. Okay, I am so happy to say I lost count. Legit, I lost count. I would say I probably own about 24 now, or 24, 25 homes. And it's crazy because it became like just I didn't even, like, back in the day, I didn't even think I would own so many like houses and shit, but it just became like a hobby. Now I just keep getting them and getting them and getting them because, like, pretty much for security. Like, if I lost everything today, then I own like 25 houses, so I'm good forever, you know what I mean? But yeah, I'm happy to say that I kind of lost count, but I want to say it's like 24 or 25. I started my OnlyFans 2 months ago, okay? I finally did it. Everyone kept telling me, like, go on OnlyFans, and I'm like, finally did it, okay? And I'm gonna go ahead and say that I have always done crazy ass dares, okay? But today's dare is definitely the craziest one I've done to date. Like, I cannot believe that I just did what I did. So someone dared me to bring a toy with me to the store, if you know what kind I'm talking about, and to put it on a chair. And use it in the store. And I was like, that's insane. That's absolutely insane. I can't do that one. Then I thought more about it. I slept on it and I was like, that's absolutely amazing. I gotta do that. So this morning I woke up and I decided that I went ahead and I did the dare, you guys. I did the dare. I put the freaking thing on a chair and I did it. So it's loading right now on my OnlyFans. It's the one and only place that you can find it. So today I did a crazy public video and you guys should not miss out on it. You have to click link in bio to check it out. I'll be posting it tomorrow and it is insane. Well, everything I do is insane, right? That's why it's fun. Because I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's like I might get the chances that I might get caught in public, which I did get caught today. It's just so much more exciting. Like I love the adrenaline of possibly getting caught. I don't know why. I don't know if it's a weird fetish, which explains the hair being a disaster and my one eyelash that's half off. I could probably put my hair down. And this lady today, she told me, she's like, there's kids here. And I'm like, they're not though. I'm not doing anything in front of them. She was so butthurt. She did not like me. And then she accidentally, I think she heard what I was doing, like the craziness. So she's like, she was really offended by me. She did not like me. I mean, I guess I don't blame her, but so what did she say? I was kind of like embarrassed. She was just like, she said something like, why are you doing that here? There's kids here. And I said, there's not kids right here. And then she was like, you know what I mean. I saw what you were doing. And I was like, but there was no kids around. So yeah, I think my content definitely offends people. So do not subscribe to my OnlyFans if you are easily offended, because for some reason, somehow, all my content on there, people are mad at me all the time. They get mad at me. I mean, oops. It makes for good content. The fucking funny thing is like, I'm not even trying to offend anyone. I guess I'm just like, oh, like, I guess that makes you uncomfortable. Like, sorry, you know, I'm just trying to get my content. Like, don't look then. But yeah, today this lady was really upset with me. She did not like me. But I got some good content.
Cash the mommy boost, mommy boost.
Hey guys, ball refill and chainsaw. You guys, these are only $19.95 at vigorlabs.com. Go get yourself one. Your girlfriend, your wife, your booty call, whatever you have going on will be so happy you did. Hi guys, so my friends over at Vigor Labs just released their limited edition supply of ball refill and chainsaw gold.
She made a post on social media bragging about being a self-made millionaire. She wrote a book called Millionaire Talk. This was a quote she said on her own Facebook account, her verified one. Everything I have, I own. I never got a loan, saved up, and always lived within my lifestyle budget and saved up for bigger and better goals, because everything I got was from persistence, patience, and hard work. I appreciate everything because I remember having nothing. I never take any of my success for granted because I understand it can be all taken away. For that, I stay hungry and humble with a passion to always strive to be the best. I'm passionate because I believe you should give it your all, and if you fail, you know you give it your heart and your soul. You have no regrets when you do your best. I came from nothing. I lived with my dad until he went to prison. I was on my own at 15 and homeless with a son. At one point in life, I was homeless. So I've lived and seen it all. The struggle made me stronger. When everything thought would fail, I made sure that one day they'd see me prevail and succeed in goals. I wrote this book. It's a self-help guide, the same steps I followed into becoming the multi-millionaire I am today. I hope that it can do the same for you. Most importantly, I want you all to know that we are no different. I am no better than you. My success was originally fueled by anger and revenge. Every time a hater speaks my name, I make sure to double my net worth. Sometimes you just have to find what lights your fire. This book will help you find that. People think she's one of the people that gets away with pretty privilege because she's done highly problematic things throughout her whole social media career history, from the time she went on to Rock of Love, the reality TV show, to up until 2025, right now. She's been called out on Twitter for allegedly being an Instagram scammer. She's gotten backlash for doing sexual things in public places, like taking a towel off a Target shelf and brushing it on her private parts, doing naughty things in the Walmart changing room, and doing sexual things in public where she could be caught at, such as doing sexual activities in the Starbucks drive-thru line, in the Target store, or in the Target parking lot. She's been called out on doing sexual stuff in public multiple times. She was using COVID-19 masks as a bikini on her Instagram photo op. She's gotten backlash from taking sexual Instagram pictures in her son's room with their video games. She's gotten backlash for wearing an indigenous headdress when she's not native at all. She's gotten backlash for photoshopping her OnlyFans girls' faces to make them look underage and like a child. She's been called out by another problematic reality TV star that I'm going to be talking about as well in this video, Winter Blanco, who called out Instagram for their hypocrisy for letting her get away with breaking Instagram's terms of service. People think her pretty privilege has let her get away with breaking the terms of service on Instagram. Britannia has a number of photos on her new Instagram that show her nipples completely see-through sheer clothing, as well as her hairy kitty cat. I'm talking, you can see what color the gem is on her nipple piercings is the next level of sheer. Some of the photos have over 1 million likes. Other influencers, such as Winter Blanco and others, are angry with Instagram for its hypocrisy and unequal treatment and unequal enforcement of its own community guidelines. They have photos removed, and other people, such as Britannia, seem to get away with whatever they want to post. But recently, she got severe backlash because fans of the reality TV show, as well as former castmates on Rock of Love, and as well as other people, think she's pimping out OnlyFans girls that are much younger than her. I also want to talk about Britannia from VH1's Rock of Love Season 3 bus.
She still keep in contact with some of the girls. Nope, I don't keep in contact with none of them. The crazy thing is that, okay, so what you gotta remember, so when I filmed Rock of Love, this was 10 years ago, right? I'm a totally normal bitch. Like, I don't know shit about the world. I was like super, I don't know, like I wasn't, like, I never even ate sushi in my life. I never traveled. I didn't know anything. Like, I was really, like, sheltered, I guess. Not sheltered because I'm a G, you know? But I was, like, how do you explain it? Like, I didn't know much. Like, I didn't know much. Anyways, so I go on this show, and I didn't try out for it. I didn't plan on it. Something that fell in my lap, and I was like, fuck it. Like, yeah, I'll do it, you know? And while I was on the show, I'm still my normal self in my head, and there was someone on there that, like, I was like, you know, you're gonna stand out, you're so cool, like, I loved her, she was so fucking cool on the show. And she ended up hating me, and it sucks because she ended up hating on me. That made her hate me, and I don't know why. Oh, I think she got offended because I said I was the only girl that made it out of Rock of Love. But, like, again, me being blunt comes off wrong, but I ain't lying. I wasn't lying. It's the truth. You know what I mean? Like, I am the only one from 3 seasons, 22 girls each season that you know. You don't know anyone else from Rock of Love. And the reason why is because I'm the only one that made it out of Rock of Love. Like, if you take offense to that, like, sorry, but I'm just saying the fact. So anyways, I don't talk to any of them. I was really only friends with one of them. which is the one I'm talking about right now, that just ended up hating on me because I was telling the truth. So no, the answer is no, I don't talk to no girls from Rockaway.
She has been in the headlines recently in November 2024 on the website routers.com for her alleged problematic actions and behavior involving the porn industry on the website known as OnlyFans. Some more true crime cases involving OnlyFans and OnlyFans models and OnlyFans porn stars is there allegations of women on the platform OnlyFans allegedly exploiting other women and scamming. A OnlyFans porn star model, Britannia Rossi, has been accused of scamming and exploiting young women for financial gain.
Look at my daughter. She's everything. All that. And a bag of every type of chip. And she's free. Lexi's fresh out of jail. My girl Lexi is making a video right now. Kaylee is shaving. And Gigi's twerking all around the house. And I'm being a good friend, supplying the whole gallon of, what is this, crown oil. What I do, I help people be the best them. And I capitalize on how great they could be. And that's what I do. A pimp, like, bro, pimp? I'm never that. Never that. Don't say that.
If you don't know who Britannia is, she was a castmate on the Rock of Love 3 bus with Bret Michaels and went on to other reality TV such as Charm School.
From Charm School. It feels like to know that my chance at winning $100,000 isn't there no more, but I'm a hustler. I'll get it someday.
She got shaded by her former castmate Ashley, who was on Rock of Love 3 bus with her and Charm School, from these allegations of exploiting really young women. Britannia has claimed that she treats all the women that do OnlyFans that have lived at her house properties like her own family, but that just sounds like a manipulation tactic like workplace grooming. She used to work with women such as Lauren Lovenue, who goes by Cherry Colvin now, and Baby A. Foreign, who don't work with her anymore. Allegedly, Britannia Ravazzi takes a 50% management commission from her OnlyFans models. Cherry Colvin had a lawsuit going against her, alleging in the suit, followed by attorneys on the behalf of the group of OnlyFans models, alleges that Britannia violated an agreement to take 50% management commission from the plaintiff's earnings and instead placed all earnings into the defendant's own bank accounts. The complaint further alleges that after Britannia's management was terminated, she sought to sabotage the OnlyFans models by refusing to turn over passwords for the plaintiff's OnlyFans and Instagram accounts, removing content from their pages, and filing false takedown notices and copyright takedown notices. And if this wasn't bad enough, the current girls she's working with right now have her name tattooed on them, which I find extremely problematic for many reasons, because I'm pretty sure Britannia doesn't have their name tatted on her. And let me remind you that this woman, Britannia, is almost 40, and the girls she works with, are barely older than 18, honestly. The article's headlined, Enslaved on OnlyFans. Women describe lives of isolation, torment, and sexual servitude.
And like and comment. Make sure you go follow my girl, Lauren, because Lauren is, she's fire. If you love me, you'll love her too, because she's my bestie. You gotta go follow her.
In some U.S. cases, the trafficking went beyond the domestic exploitation of a single partner and involved more complex operations with more than one victim. According to allegations in court records, a filing in August in a federal sex trafficking lawsuit alleged that Britannia, a 39-year-old former reality TV personality turned porn star, manipulated and coerced financially desperate women into making porn for OnlyFans, and then she stole most of the profits. Phoenix International, OnlyFans' British parent company, is also named as a defendant in the suit and accused of having a business partnership with Ravazzi that facilitated her exploitation of the two women. One of the women was a Las Vegas showgirl when the pandemic struck in 2020 and made her jobless. According to the suit, the other was an immigrant who had been kicked out of her adopted home as a teenager. Britannia groomed both of them, allegedly finding them places to stay and houses to rent, and making extravagant promises of fast cash and ultimately wealth and fame if they could create OnlyFans accounts and content under her management, said the suit. One of the women looked to Britannia as a mother figure. The suit makes a number of allegations about Britannia. She used the women's IDs and social security numbers to set up OnlyFans accounts that only she could access. She then piled them up with alcohol to get them drunk to perform these acts on camera, sometimes with others. When they resisted, Britannia told them, "I'll just talk to you again when you're drunk." Allegedly, the suit also alleges that one of the women was raped while intoxicated, and the video was posted online. Routers couldn't confirm whether or where the video appeared. The woman's OnlyFans account generated more than $1.3 million in revenue, of which OnlyFans took its customary 20% cut, said the suit. The rest was funneled into bank accounts controlled by Britannia, who paid the woman about 10% of their total share and not the 50% she had promised them, the suit said. Contacted by Reuters, Britannia's lawyer categorically denied the allegations and declined to comment any further. OnlyFans did not respond to requests for comment on the suit either.